Hi friends, I wanted to show you just a very simple warm-up for belly dance. This is what I use a lot of times just before a performance where I don't necessarily have any room, and also I might have like a lot of bracelets or like costume pieces on that could get snagged, and so this is like very simple. It's just enough to get a little bit warm and ready to dance. So you might not be able to see my feet very well right now, but right now my feet are flat on the floor, and I'll either I usually take my hands to my hips, but if there is more space to do something else with my arms, I might move them out to the side. So when I inhale, lift the heels up off the floor, and then when I exhale, take the heels down and bend the knees just a little bit. And so I'll do that a few times. Inhale, straighten the legs, and then lift the heels. And then exhale, heels down, and bend the knees a little. So I'll do this a couple times with you. So the first thing that happens before I have to perform is my legs get really shaky feeling, and so this is a nice way to just kind of test out my legs. And so little by little, I'll bend my knees more, as if I'm going to do a level change in belly dance. And so heels will come up, and the spine will stay nice and straight when I come down. And this is nice to warm up the feet and ankles and legs a little bit. And then after I've done a few repetitions of that, then I'll step one leg back and one leg forward and start with legs straight for a few repetitions of Virabhadrasana as warrior pose. So when you inhale, bend the front knee, lift the chest forward and up, and lift the arms up. And then exhale, straighten the leg, and the arms come down. So do that a couple times. And again, like, it's kind of being aware of costume if you're wearing any, to make sure bracelets don't snag on anything. And then if I have room, I'll hold this position for a few breaths, and then when I exhale, bend the elbows. And then when inhale, lift the chest more. So the idea here is to start to mobilize around the shoulder blades and to stretch a little bit more in that back bend on the inhale. And then inhale to straighten the leg and relax the arms down. And then step the feet together. And then other foot will go back. So the idea here is to keep that back heel grounded down on the floor, so you'll engage your glute on the back leg and hold that when you inhale. Bend the front knee, the chest slides forward and up. And then exhale to relax the arms down. And this is particularly good if you spend a lot of time in the car trying to get to a gig, so you can stretch out the hip flexor, the front of the belly a little bit, and prepare for posture by creating this little back bend shape. And then again, you'll hold it for a few breaths, and if you want, when you exhale, bend the elbows, and inhale to stretch up. So the idea is to pull the belly in on each exhale, get more grounded, and then use your inhale to get a little bit taller and longer. And then on your next exhale, straighten your leg, relax your arms down, and then step your feet together. If you feel like you need to stretch your back a little bit, you can take your hands on your knees, and then when you exhale, just rotate your pelvis back to stretch your low back, and then inhale to rotate it forward again. And just back and forth a few times, just like a version of cat and cow. And then once you've done that a few times, then I'll often just kind of do a little bit of shimmying just to stay a little bit warm until it's my turn to go dance. And maybe add in a little bit of snake arms if I got the room to do that. And then I'm all ready to go. So enjoy! Bye-bye!